Hello, how are you? I welcome you to your community, Purple Feather Tarot. I truly hope that you are doing very well at this moment, and I also hope that in this tarot reading, you find those answers or the signs from the universe that you are looking for. Today, we are going to go directly into your reading, so let's connect with your tarot cards. And as always, let's look at all your energies. Let's look at your present, your future, and also observe the energies of this person who is thinking about you. It could be your twin flame, or perhaps the person you are attracting into your life. And finally, let's reveal all those blessings that the universe has prepared for you. So, connecting with your energies, let's begin. You have the Three of Wands. You also have the Tower card. You also have the Magician card. You also have the Ace of Swords. And you also have the Two of Pentacles. This reading is quite interesting because I feel that your intuition can warn you about things that no longer work and that you need to leave behind. And I say this especially because the Tower card appears. Maybe, at this moment, you're feeling that your job isn't working for you anymore, or that your job is no longer enough for you, and you want to grow much more. Your intuition is telling you, hey, it's time to look for more alternatives. It's time to grow. Maybe right now you already feel bored, unmotivated, and you no longer have inspiration in your job. And here you begin to look for other alternatives, and you begin to search for other options. So I feel that you're going to manifest, logically, you're going to manifest because you're going to start searching. I feel that you are currently in a very restless state of mind. You will be knocking on doors, making phone calls. Someone is going to answer one of those calls, especially if it's an Aquarius or a Libra. So maybe you will receive that call from the company you applied to, and finally, the uncertainty will come to an end, especially if you've been searching for a job for a long time. The doubt ends, the uncertainty ends, and a very solid proposal arrives. So, let's clarify what this is about, because we are talking about your intuition picking up the signs that you are creating change, and above all, that excellent news is coming your way, which will allow you to grow. So let's see what this is about. I feel a very expansive energy. I feel certainty on your part. You're going to make excellent decisions. In fact, I feel that you're going to make the most important decision of your life. So let's look a bit further. You have the Emperor card. I feel that you are going to make a decision and you will feel 100% empowered. Suddenly, you dare to make a change, and this change leads you to a position of power, just as I mentioned before. Maybe you decide to change jobs, and now you're going to work in a much higher hierarchical position than the one you currently have. Possibly, you once thought you'd never be a manager, and now you apply for a managerial role and become the best boss you ever imagined. I also feel that if you're not currently focused on your professional life, the Emperor represents order, responsibility, and also means that you will be giving instructions. Perhaps within your family right now, there are people going off track, and this suggests that you need to apply a bit of seriousness when making decisions. Some people need to hear your truth. Perhaps someone close needs a wake-up call because they're misbehaving. The Emperor does not represent the energy of raising your voice or scolding others, but you do need, at times, to speak up about what's right and what's wrong, and of course, guide your family or the people you love toward a path of expansion. This card is telling you that you have the experience and wisdom to guide others. So let's clarify a little more. The Emperor is telling you to please remain calm and maintain your composure and patience because there may be people overwhelming you or irritating you a little. The Emperor has that negative side. He tends to get irritated because he carries many responsibilities or keeps his emotions inside. You also have the Nine of Swords card. Sometimes, you take other people's problems personally, and that could be affecting you. So, I feel this reading is telling you that you can help others, but without taking on their problems as your own. Again, I feel that someone needs your guidance. You can help this person find their path again, but your happiness should not depend on whether this person makes decisions or takes control of their own life. I feel that you are going to guide someone else, but you need to keep your distance. The energy of the Nine of Swords may represent someone returning to your life. It could be a friend, a special person, however you want to call them. You can definitely help this person, but that doesn't mean you have to accept them back romantically if they hurt your heart. In that sense, I feel that you forgave someone, maybe you forgot what they did, and now, having forgiven them, you've created some distance. That doesn't mean you hold any resentment or negative feelings, it simply means that you are now independent from this person's energy. I sense a lot of compassion within you. This reading is telling you that it's important to be compassionate, to put yourself in other people's shoes, but under no circumstances should you become a martyr. Let's look further into what this is about. You have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups might represent a lesson you learned in the past. Maybe you were, let me put it in different ways, maybe you were a very innocent person, maybe you were very generous, or in some cases, perhaps too careless. So the Four of Cups means that right now you're measuring what you give to others, and this is positive. You're setting boundaries, healthy boundaries. The Four of Cups doesn't mean you're becoming selfish, but rather that you are learning to discern who to give to and who not to. This is very important because perhaps in the past, you wasted your energy, lent money to someone who never returned it, and now your intuition is guiding you, telling you, you can trust this person, but be careful not to repeat the same mistake. Continuing your reading, you also have the Queen of Swords card, a somewhat cold energy coming from you. Maybe someone froze your heart. This card isn't necessarily negative, because it means you'll be focused, very focused on your work. It's important to avoid distractions, whether it's your phone or that person who keeps calling. Activities are coming into your life that will require 100% of your attention. And possibly, since we are talking about swords, this could be related to numbers. You might have to file your tax return, or something along those lines. You might have to handle bookkeeping. If you are studying, you will need to write an essay or an article. You'll be doing many intellectual activities that will require you to be completely focused. This is positive, because I feel you are growing. Perhaps you're learning new things, learning languages, maybe Japanese, Italian, or English from the Northern Hemisphere. So, I feel that there are things coming into your life that require your full focus. Let's clarify if the universe gives us more signs about what this growth is about. But you are definitely growing. You have the Justice card. I feel that you're going to read new things. There are two possibilities here. You might be studying law, or for some reason, you'll need to read something related to a legal process, possibly a lawsuit. This reading tells me that you're becoming almost an expert in a specific area. Now, regarding the second message or energy I'm picking up from this card, you'll have to write things. Maybe, as I mentioned, if you're studying, you'll need to practice your English, write an essay, or complete a writing assignment. I feel you are growing intellectually. The Justice card is one I really like, because it represents intelligence. Whenever you meet someone who speaks really well, a speaker, a motivational person you see on YouTube, and they have an impeccable way of expressing themselves, that person carries a lot of the energy of the Queen of Swords and the Justice card. They master their words and are capable of persuading you with their voice and their message. Let's explore this further. It could be that you're going to meet someone new. Maybe you recently discovered a YouTube channel hosted by someone who speaks very well, someone who guides you, a mentor, a guru. Maybe you are finding many answers through tarot readings. Maybe you are channeling messages from the universe while you sleep. I feel a lot of communication, proactive communication with yourself. Maybe you are saying beautiful things to yourself right now, or you should be saying powerful things today. I also feel that your special person wants to talk to you. I sense a very harmonious energy. The Justice card speaks of harmony, relationships, commitments with your special person. It also represents strong communication with the universe. So, let's look at what this is about. Possibly, we will uncover the signs the universe is sending you, that depends on the cards. So let's ask the cards what's coming next. You have the Judgment card. When judgment appears as a sign, it's the universe telling you that something big is coming into your life. Possibly, we're talking about a spiritual awakening. Your life is going to change forever, but this is not a sudden change, it's a gradual one that takes a long time. Here, we might be talking about someone returning to your life, but you're no longer available. You no longer want anything old, anything from the past. Because when you hear the call of the universe, when you hear the call of your destiny, the past stays behind. It's left behind. I feel that sometimes these readings can sound repetitive because they tell you, day after day, that it's time to let go, it's time to move on. But right now, with the World card, it feels like the break or the separation is now final. It's as if you finally say, definitely, I don't want to keep thinking about this person anymore. I don't want to keep holding this negative emotion in my heart. I don't want to have this limiting thought any longer. And now you declare it. You declare it and draw a final line. That's what the Judgment card is about, accepting and becoming aware that we know there are things that must end so that new things or people can enter our lives. So let's clarify, as always, a bit more about what this reading is about. You have the Page of Cups, a gift from the universe. This card can be interpreted in several ways. Possibly, your guardian angel wants to communicate with you. The universe is protecting you. I also feel that a new person may come into your life to win your heart. I feel that what happens now depends on what you allow to happen. The universe is going to place someone in front of you who wants to connect with you, but it depends on whether love is your priority at this moment or not. Let's look a bit further to see whether this relationship starts to flourish, or whether it's simply a sign that love is not your focus right now. I feel there may be possibilities, but let's clarify a bit more. You have the King of Swords. Here, there are two possibilities: either you are currently very, very busy with your business or your personal well-being, and you won't have time for anything else, or perhaps the Page of Cups represents someone who messages you, and you leave them on read. Not because you do it on purpose or out of disdain, not at all. But simply because the King of Swords is someone who is 100% focused on their own matters. Trivial things, distractions, they're all behind you now. I feel that the dominant energy in your reading is the King of Swords, and also the Queen of Swords, both of which reflect your current energy at this moment. Let's clarify a little more. You have the Strength card. I feel that you are about to become your best version. I also feel that you are learning new things. However, the type of learning presented by the Star card is not intellectual learning, it's learning about yourself. Because strength represents mastery over your passions, over your impulses. Maybe lately you've felt tempted to react to other people's actions. Strength always tells you, please, breathe to 10, count to 10, calm yourself before your ego reacts to someone else's ego. And you can only do that with gentleness, with calm, just like this angel taming the beast. Well, let's continue with your reading. You have another additional card, the Three of Swords. Let's clarify this Three of Swords a bit, because it could be referring to a heartbreak. I don't know if this happened in your life, in your past, if it's happening now, or if it's going to happen. Let's look at the timing of this card. It could represent the past, the present, or the future. You also have the Six of Cups. So we are talking about the past. Those who are familiar with tarot know that the Six of Cups represents what once was, those nostalgic memories, that idealization that the past was always better. So, if at this moment you're idealizing a person from your past, and you're asking yourself, why did I let that person go, or maybe I regret distancing myself from that person or from that relationship, I feel that you need to wake up from that illusion. Right now, it's very important that you connect with the present moment. Let's look further, because I feel that the universe is telling you that you're overlooking something or someone who is right in front of you. There's an opportunity in front of you, but maybe you're missing it because you're too focused on a past pain. So, according to these two cards, it's very important that you detach from what once was and from what you can no longer change. The past is already behind you, and now it's crucial to focus on what the universe wants for you. You have the World card. The World is a positive card, but it always represents the end of a cycle so that a new one can begin. These are the energies or cards that are now being left behind: nostalgia, the thoughts of, what would have happened if, or, why did I do this, or, why didn't I do that? Regret for what you did, regret for what you didn't do. So, this is a wake-up call, a shake-up that the universe is giving you right now, telling you, hey, there's something more important that needs your attention. Let's look a little further, because the cards that follow show what is coming into your life. You have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of competition. In many cases, it's a good card because, first of all, it tells you that you're going to be busy. And second, that you're going to give it your all to create or manifest the life of your dreams. This card represents a person who is working hard, but also facing some attacks or obstacles. However, they are always resolving everything from a higher position, a position of power. So, there are a few small matters coming your way, and I say, small matters, because they're easy to resolve. Possibly, and I say this specifically, you might be dealing with bureaucracy, settling some accounts, taxes. Maybe you have to pay off a debt from the past, utility bills, electricity. I feel like now you're finally going to resolve matters that have been piling up, and at last, you can cross them off your to-do list. Let's continue with your energy. You also have the King of Pentacles. Let's take a closer look at the King of Pentacles. This card always represents stoicism. It symbolizes great stability, growth, and the consolidation of your financial life. You also have the Eight of Pentacles. Possibly, your work is going to go well. You're going to be working hard. If you have a business, you'll find new ways or new ideas to carry out your work. I also feel that you're going to be very creative. If you have your own entrepreneurial venture, you're going to launch new products. If you are an artist, you will be creating an exhibition, you'll be showcasing your work to other people. Possibly, if you work in fashion, you'll be releasing a new collection. That collection, well, it depends on where you live, could be a summer, winter, autumn, or spring collection. So, ideas are coming. Inspiration is coming. This card always represents that either inspiration or luck will find you while you are working. Well then, that is your tarot reading for today. As always, thank you so much for being here with me, going through all these messages from the tarot. As always, we now come to the end of your reading, and I hope you have an excellent day, full of success and full of blessings. And most certainly, we'll see each other again here on your channel, Purple Feather Tarot, in your next reading.